spend a day with me as a second-year law student in Mexico. To get into law school here, the only educational requirement is to obtain a high school diploma. Now, depending on the university, typically public ones will require you to do an entrance exam. For private universities, that entrance exam isn't always required, but can be. In my personal experience, the only thing I needed to provide was my high school diploma, validated through the Department of Education here in Mexico because I obtained it in the US. Once I obtained the validation of my high school diploma, I was good to go. I'm enrolled full-time into a 3-year program, which will give me the equivalent of a bachelor's in law, referred to as a licenciatura en derecho. That bachelor's degree will allow me to obtain my title to be able to practice law. I can choose to pursue a master's in the area that I'm going to specialize in, for example, a master's in human rights or a master's in civil law, etc. But it's not required. You can begin to practice with just your bachelor's. This is probably a culture shock if you're watching this from the US because there are many more hoops that you have to jump through in the US to be able to practice law. My bachelor's in law that I will receive here can eventually be validated in the US, depending on the state and requirements. For example, in California, I wouldn't need to validate it. I could go straight into the bar exam if I wanted to. Some states will require additional education before you can validate your foreign law degree, but not all of them. You will be also subject to other requirements